Hi there. Welcome to Anonymity 1D. My name is Alex. My son Miguel was recently diagnosed with type 1 diabetes.
And my name is Dr. Shruti Ahuja. I am Miguel's endocrinologist. In this video, we go over what insulin stacking is and how it can be avoided. Please remember that this is for educational purposes only and is not meant to replace your doctor or care team. So Alex, how have things been since our last visit?
Miguel is definitely coming out of honeymoon. I am seeing these huge rises in sugars after meals, and it seems like the insulin is just not working. If his blood sugar stays high 2 hours after the first dose, I sometimes give him a second dose of insulin, but then it seems to hit him all at once.
Alex, this is common. What you are doing is called insulin stacking. What this means is you are giving several insulin doses back to back, and then they all work together and cause low blood sugars.
Insulin stacking? Can you explain more?
The insulin that our body makes is metabolized immediately within minutes. So, it does not linger or work longer than it needs to. On the other hand, let's see how the rapid-acting insulin that we take for meals work. In this graph, it is shown in teal. It starts working within 15 minutes, works at its peak in an hour, and then works for 3 to sometimes 5 hours. This is called duration of action. Let's take an example. Assume Miguel eats breakfast at 8 a.m. His blood sugar then is 240. You give him 2.5 units of insulin for his carbs and his high blood sugar. This dose starts working within 15 minutes and peaks in an hour. At around 10 a.m., which is 2 hours since his first dose, you notice that his blood sugar is still high, so you give him another 1 unit of rapid-acting insulin. This 1 unit will start peaking in an hour or so. But the dose you gave him at 8 a.m. is still active, which is shown in the shaded area here. That 8 a.m. dose may linger for 3 to 5 hours. So, the 1 unit you gave at 10 a.m. has a stronger effect than what you expect. That is shown in the purple. This leads to low blood sugars. The amount of insulin that is actively working at any time is called insulin on board or bolus on board. Stacking refers to too many insulin doses back to back, leading to too much insulin on board, which in turn leads to hypoglycemia.
Wow. I remember that it takes 15 minutes to start working, but I didn't realize it continues working for 3 to 5 hours. How do I avoid insulin stacking?
The recommendation is to wait 3 hours between 2 high blood sugar correction doses. By that time, though the insulin is still working, it is waning, so you can give another dose without worrying about stacking.
Does this rule apply to snacks too?
This is for high sugar correction doses only, but snacks play a role in resetting the clock. Let's use the same example. Miguel eats breakfast at 8 a.m. His blood sugar is 240. You give him 2.5 units of insulin for his carbs and his high blood sugar. At 10 a.m., so 2 hours after his insulin dose, he is hungry and wants to eat carb-containing snack. His blood sugar is 285. Then you give him insulin just for carbs. Do not give him insulin for the high blood sugar. At noon, he is now ready for lunch. His blood sugar is 205. At that time, you give him insulin just for lunch and not for his blood sugar because it has not been 3 hours since his last insulin dose. At 4 p.m., he wants another carb-containing snack and his blood sugar is 180. Now, it has been 3 hours since his last insulin dose, so you can give him insulin for carbs and high blood sugar. Every time you give insulin for carbs, it resets the clock for high sugar correction.
So, if Miguel eats a lot of snacks between meals and I dose for them, then there are times I may not have a 3-hour gap between 2 doses. What do I do then?
This is a very common problem. We recommend that you try to make it one big snack if possible and dose for it, so Miguel can feel full until the next meal. Another option is trying carb-free snacks, so he does not need insulin and it does not affect his sugars too much.
So, should I eat snacks at all?
Miguel, you should eat snacks. Snacks are an important part of your diet. You are growing, and your body needs energy to grow. Just try to make it one big snack between meals so your dad can dose for it and at the same time, have a chance to fix high blood sugars too.
So, if his blood sugars are high but it has not been 3 hours yet, which means I cannot give him insulin for high sugars, is there anything else I can do to bring his blood sugar down?
Yes, you can. Physical activity like walking or running can help bring the blood sugar down. Apart from that, Just be a little patient and give insulin time to work. If the sugars stay high after 3 hours a lot, then we may need to adjust his ratios.
Dr. Ahuja, thank you for explaining insulin stacking. Let me recap. Rapid-acting insulin works for 3 to 5 hours. This is called duration of action. The amount of insulin that is still active and working is called insulin on board or bolus on board. Insulin stacking refers to too many rapid-acting insulin doses back-to-back. This increases the amount of insulin on board and can lead to hypoglycemia. To avoid stacking, it is advised to wait at least 3 hours between 2 high blood sugar correction doses. Every time Miguel eats carbs and I dose him for it, it resets the clock and the 3 hours start again.
You got it. Let's double-check Miguel's doses, and then we are done.
We hope this gave you a better idea of what insulin stacking is.
Please remember that this is for educational purposes only and is not meant to replace your doctor or care team.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.